Hey everybody, this is the Aggressively Medium podcast with Lee and Josh.
Welcome everybody to episode 78. 78, I think.
Yep, that's it. Is it?
We'll see.
Gotta be.
How was you guys' week?
They were gone for most of it, so it was pretty good.
Them?
Huh?
Them?
Who's them?
The viewer.
I thought my eyes are closed. I thought you were talking to me.
How was your week too?
It was good.
Yeah?
Yep. Anna went to Dallas with the baby for a work thing. I took Lana to my mom's house in Birmingham.
Yeah.
So I just
Easy street.
It was cool.
Yeah. It's nice to get a couple days to relax every now and then.
And Carolina had a blast at my mom's house.
Yeah.
They had a blast in Dallas.
Yeah.
I didn't do a ton.
So you had a blast.
I had a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
I worked 96 hours last week, so
That's fine.
I wanted to murder
You're a first responder.
everything.
Yeah. Aren't you our heroes? Isn't that what they called all y'all?
Ain't nobody need to call me no hero.
Frontline workers.
Yeah, whatever.
Did
Anyways.
you put out any fires?
No.
See,
No fires.
I can't.
There were fires in the city, but I did not go to them.
Yeah.
If that makes you feel any different. You went to the doctor? You want to talk about your
I did go to
your
the doctor yesterday.
new doctor that you love?
Yep. Well, so what was it? 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
Something like that, yeah.
I had some knot on my belt line. And
like a fisherman's knot or like a square knot?
been tied up like
Water
that.
knot?
Yeah. The monkey fist knot. The one.
Fist knot, yeah.
That's what it felt like. It was like as big as my thumb and it hurt real bad.
Mm-hmm.
And it was.
I remember I had to get down there.
That's the closest a dude's been to my wiener in my entire life, other than me, I think.
You haven't lived until then.
So, for what that's worth.
Yeah. So you had a knot down there.
Yep. Scheduled an appointment with the doctor. Couldn't see me till yesterday.
Yeah.
Of course, it went away a couple days ago.
I hate that.
I know.
You schedule a doctor's appointment and then I feel like a crazy person.
Yeah.
I was sick 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I promise.
Yeah.
Now I'm just wasting both of our time.
I had a big enough issue to call you guys.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean a lot to a healthcare worker.
It doesn't mean nothing to them, but.
Because a prime example, I know I've been on plenty of 911 calls that were not 911 calls.
I got a splinter. Call the cops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Can you hand me that remote?
Yeah.
Legitimately.
That's wrong.
Anyways.
That's jail time. Should be.
It's not. We'll give you a remote. So if you ever want to try it.
So went to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, she said, "Oh, I do."
It's COVID.
No, well, might as well have been. But she said, "I do feel something." So it was there. It's not bothering you now. If it bothers you, come back.
Yeah.
But so I was at the doctor's office for 30 minutes, 10 minutes in the waiting room, 5 minutes talking about the thing that I went there for. And then the rest of the time, she tried to convince me to get a COVID shot.
Well, you need one.
That's what she said.
To protect others.
Yeah. Well, this is how she sold it to me.
Okay.
She started with, "Do you want to get your flu shot?" I said, I've never gotten a flu shot. I don't do flu. I don't. No, thank you. Have you had your COVID vaccine yet? And I wanted to say, it's not a vaccine. If you want to call it a COVID shot,
Yeah.
let's call it that. But anyway, she said, "Do you have your COVID vaccine?" I said, "Well, I got COVID in December." And she was like, "Well, that kind of helped you, but the shot's way better."
You need to get 100%.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, I don't really want to do that. And she said, "Well, 67 people have died at DCH this month from it, and the month isn't over yet." And I said,
Scared you straight, didn't it?
I said, so 67.
Yeah.
67
Were 30
people,
of them larger?
They were all probably ill, were
heart
diabetic,
problems?
had cardiac issues. But 67, you're not going to get me on 67 people.
What would be the number? 1,000?
But if she said this month 667 people, you might get me to be like, how many? But 67? That's a good bus accident. Not that that's
It's a good bus accident.
yeah.
Not a bad one.
Not that
A good bus
I
accident.
don't like that 67 people died from COVID complications this month, but it's got to be more than 2 a day for you to freak me out. Or if you're going to use that as a scare tactic.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's fine.
I saw
But I'm not done yet, son.
sorry.
Hold on. So then she said, well, you need to get the shot. And this is what she said. The shot keeps you from having to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I didn't go to the hospital the first time.
Yeah. When I had COVID, I didn't go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So,
I'm okay.
yeah.
And then she was like, well, have you seen that the ERs are overrun with COVID people? And I said, but that doesn't have anything to do with me because
Yeah.
I'm not one of the people that's going to go to the ER.
I mean, also, though, like people are going to the ER because you've trained them to go to the ER.
If you feel sick, get your A up here.
Yeah.
And we will put you in a room with a ventilator and jab you full of stuff and get you. But like, hey,
On top of the problem that we already have that we talked about 2 minutes ago, where people are calling 911 for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. 67 people have died. I said, is that high? She said, yeah, that's high. I was like, well, if that's your high, I'll see you. I'm going to go home.
Yeah.
And so I didn't get any shots.
You got the shot.
Yeah, I got 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the Joe Rogan shot. It's got like horse vitamins in it and stuff.
The ivermectin.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think he said he IV'd 1,000
milligrams
of vitamin C.
Yeah.
That's.
Which, I mean,
Do you process that though? Because that's what they say about vitamins.
Yeah.
Is that
half of it goes out. Yeah.
It's
You're
like
peeing out.
90% of vitamins go right out of your pee.
Yeah. Also, don't know if you knew about this. A lot of vitamins, like vitamin C.
It's not the right. Our bodies don't absorb that kind or whatever. Sorry, you tried to interrupt me. I tried to interrupt you. Sorry.
Like melatonin, all that other stuff. None of that's regulated by the FDA, and so they did a study.
They have their own vitamin regulators.
Well, but I saw a study that came out the other day specifically about melatonin, but it was talking about overarching like the vitamin industry.
Big vitamin.
Big vitamin. And so we'll say this melatonin pill says it has 100 milligrams of melatonin, which is a lot.
Yeah.
This is an example. So it might have anywhere from 3% of what it says on the bottle to 500% of what it has on the bottle. And so there's no way, like it says 100 milligrams, but it might be 5 or it might be 500 milligrams. And so it was.
Have you ever heard of the documentary Bigger, Stronger, Faster?
Yeah.
About steroids.
Oh yeah.
But like half of it they talk about just like the supplement industry.
Yeah.
And they go and pick up like day laborers on the side of the road to
and get
fill
them to
pills with
yep.
like sand and stuff. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. I don't trust a lot of.
Well, if you talk to real like health nut people, like actual, us. They say like the worst thing you can do is go to like a GNC or a vitamin shop.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like that stuff, all that stuff's hokum.
I'm sure, yeah.
Snake oil.
So I'm glad you got your shot.
Yeah. So, yep, I'm double vaccinated.
Yeah. I went and I started off with the Moderna. And then while I was there, they had the Johnson & Johnson. I said, just give me one of them too. Yep. And then, so I'm working my way up.
Did you get
I'm gonna
the
get the Pfizer as well.
Did you get I can't remember which one it is. That's like the hamster water thing droplet that you just have, and it like has a little water droplet of whatever the vitamin is, and you like take it.
Yeah.
I got that one.
I got backpack. I was gonna get the Pfizer, but my buddy said he got it, and his erection lasted for more than 10 hours. Because they make Viagra.
They do.
Anyways, so that was your week.
Yeah.
Other than working a bunch, I don't have a lot to talk about, except I feel like this is going to be a running segment from here on out.
Good.
A couple, like maybe a month ago, we did the I was sleep talking and I screamed in the middle of the night, but my mouth was closed. You don't remember that? Nope. I've got an app that tracks my sleep.
Oh, yeah.
And it records me while I'm asleep.
Yep.
Well, the other night, it recorded me saying something. It wasn't that. It was words, but I have no idea.
Oh, it's recorded on your phone?
Yeah.
Gross.
Hey, my entire life is there for the government if they need it.
Yeah.
So this is what it was. Let's see if we can decipher it. Free mammoth hat to the person that can
for now
that can decipher it.
Yeah.
No clue.
Did you say Stuart Little?
No clue. If you want to listen to it up to your ear,
the background noise is so loud.
It's the fan. Oh, you just paused it.
You said Stuart.
I heard.
Stuart.
I'm stewing about it.
Oh.
That's what I heard. This is like the Rorschach test or whatever.
Rorschach?
Yeah. Where
ink blot?
Yeah.
Test?
Yeah. So the best one of these that somebody can come up with.
You said Stuart.
I'm stewing about it, or stop stewing about it. I don't know. Anyways, listen it back to it. Tell us what you think we said.
Oh, what you said.
What I said.
That's creepy.
So this week, it's all about TikTok.
Thank goodness.
We haven't done one of these in a while, but this is a little bit different than like...
These aren't funny special needs people dancing and eating beans out of a can.
Some of them might not be.
Okay.
Most of them are just like topics that I thought were interesting.
They really let people just say whatever they want on there.
Well, yeah, it's social media. Unless you're
conservative.
Unless you're against what they're saying.
Unless you like Trump, you can say pretty much whatever you want.
But yeah, so I just figured there was a lot of these like really just interesting topics this week that I wanted to talk about, and they're all TikToks. So let's just play the TikToks.
Cool.
So the first one is about Mormons. This is a girl who used to go to BYU.
Yep, Brigham Young University.
And she is talking about the jump pump. All right.
When your bestie is called to soak in a BYU dorm and you have to jump pump for her.
So.
Called to soak?
Yeah. So.
What does that mean? I'm so old.
Soaking. This is not an old thing. This is a Mormon thing.
Oh.
Soaking is you place your...
You just put it in there.
You put it in there and then just
let
soak.
it rest.
But...
Like a crock pot.
Yeah, like a crock pot. Whatever that stew's ready.
Because that's not considered sex for them.
Correct. And this new variant, the Delta variant of soaking... is if your friend jumps on the bed,
it moves around.
It moves around.
But you're not doing it.
Yeah, you're not physically doing it.
I might be a Mormon. That sounds like a blast.
Somebody in the bedroom with you, jumping up and down on the bed. That's got to be the weirdest.
Yeah.
I mean, just have sex. If you're going to do that.
Yeah.
If you're going that far with it.
And that, like... Because they're pretty strict about rules. Mormons.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's a pretty strict.
Oh yeah, I was looking up a bunch of rules.
Religion. Yeah,
fake to us.
Well, yeah, it's fake.
You know they believe that Jesus and the devil are brothers.
Well, and I didn't know that, but they also believe that Jesus came to America.
Yeah, well, makes sense. He is white,
and that if you die, you become a planet.
No, you get your own planet.
Like Thanos.
Yeah. Well, but instead of destroying it, you and all of your wives will be on the planet with you, which sounds like hell.
Yeah. That might be what it is.
It might be.
Yeah.
But
so that's cool.
Also, if you don't get to the highest level of heaven, then when you go into the afterlife, you'll be genderless. You'll just be a thing. Just nothing. So yeah, I just thought that was Mormons are weird.
Yeah.
Mormons have a lot of rules, a lot of like, because I told you about the special underwear it was like a year ago maybe. Mormons have like special underwear that you have to buy from the Mormon church.
Does it hold in farts?
I think it keeps you pure.
What if you don't soak?
Well, it ain't got nothing to do with soaking.
Gross.
Not that I know of. But it's, I mean.
What's this one with this frying pan? Is it?
Oh, you want to see that one?
I'm just looking at your page of TikToks.
This is a new one for today that I saw.
Man, people that just listen to this are going to be pissed.
Well, some of these, this one is a funny one.
Okay.
And so it'll be one that people who are just listening probably, unless you react well to it, then it'd be funny. But this is just.
What do we got here? Some mac and cheese. Making it a skillet like that? Now you're gonna have to mix it together better, man. What are you doing? Oh!
This is a guy making fun of the other guy dancing. That's why it wasn't on the list.
Okay. We'll just stay on the list.
Yeah. But so Mormons are weird.
Yeah.
This is a interesting TikTok about acetaminophen.
I like to.
Which is like
Tylenol.
Yeah.
Today I have another wild study on pain and empathy, and this one is just, you gotta see it. They had a bunch of college students take acetaminophen, standard painkiller you buy anywhere, and they had a control group take a placebo with no painkiller, and neither group knew what they got. Then they had them play a virtual game of toss the ball around, and they think that the other players are actual people, but they're just computers. At one point, they watched 3 other players toss the ball around for a while, and then suddenly player 1 and player 3 start tossing it just between the 2 of them and leaving out player 2. This is very sad and embarrassing for player 2 because they want to play too. Well, afterwards, they asked everyone how much empathy they felt for the player that was excluded, and lo and behold, the people who got acetaminophen felt less empathy. But this goes deeper. In a second experiment, they had the participants read a story where the main character experienced something physically painful, like stepping on a thumbtack or slamming their fingers in a door, or something socially painful, like overhearing someone else say that they don't like them. Again, afterwards, the group given acetaminophen reported feeling less personal distress when reading these stories. So acetaminophen not only reduces pain, it seems to be reducing empathy for pain. How is this possible? Well, I asked my neuroscientist friend who studies pain, and she said that she thinks in order to experience someone else's pain, your brain has to activate the same pathways that would be activated if you were actually experiencing the pain. But having a painkiller on board prevents that, thereby reducing your empathy. Wild stuff. I love science. Follow for more cool papers.
That's the difference between Advil and Tylenol, and that's why they say change it up. So acetaminophen, the pain blocker is in your brain. That's where it blocks the pain. Mm-hmm. Advil, so ibuprofen, blocks it at the source. I've been told that before.
So I've looked at ibuprofen before. So what you're talking about, you are right. Yeah. So acetaminophen blocks the thing that's in your brain. That's giving you pain receptors and stuff like that. But ibuprofen just essentially sends that to your entire body. It's not in your head. It's because otherwise, okay, my hand hurts, but ibuprofen doesn't know that my hand hurts. I'm not telling I'm not whispering ibuprofen.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, my foot hurts today. Yeah. Go in my foot. So what it does is it sends it throughout your entire body. And then that's how it works. So It makes sense. But like, I was also looking at this and like.
So we need to start microdosing the population with ibuprofen or with acetaminophen.
With acetaminophen.
So we'll stop getting fired up about every little thing that upsets somebody.
If you think about it, if you are a man and you're getting close to 30 or over 30, you got a lot of pain in your body, right? I'm taking ibuprofen like it's candy most days.
That's us. I walk around at a 6.
Yeah. I've got acetaminophen coursing through my veins. Maybe my wife's got a point. maybe I'm not empathetic enough because I'm taking so many painkillers. Painkillers being Tylenol and aspirin and Advil, not whatever else is a.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
That's fine with me.
It's
We all
fine
need
with
to
you.
take. Yeah.
Everybody needs a little less empathy in their lives.
We're not designed to care about everything.
Yeah, but if you don't care about anything.
Well, no, that's not true. It's very limited. If I see 3 people playing a game and one person gets excluded and I don't know none of them, who cares? Where the kid that's getting excluded? Where's his team? Where's his friends at?
Maybe those are his friends.
Well,
maybe those are the only friends he has.
look, I can't care about it. Quit touching me.
I'm sorry.
Foot.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
You touched my knee with the bottom of your
did?
bare foot. Ugh.
I didn't realize that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't even care if this sounds mean. I can't care about everybody.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to. That's why we have cliques and like groups and factions. You care about your people.
Or you could be a Christian and care about
don't
people.
give me that either. I don't want to hear. Look,
You could be a Christian and care about people. People that aren't
but
your
okay,
people.
but what does care? What does care mean?
Have empathy for people. If I see 3 people,
I
3 kids out playing
I'm
the
not
game.
going to expel calories on something I don't know about. Maybe that kid's a dirtbag, the player number 2, and he's a cheater. And they don't want to. He's throwing the ball too hard.
Yeah.
And I'm over here caring about number 2, and I get into it, and he's worse than Hitler. And now I just wasted all that energy on number 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, I need to know details before I just care about something.
Well,
It's gotta be
we're different people.
That's fair. That's not even mean. It's not.
Hey, look, you're heartless. You don't care about nothing. You don't care about nobody.
My kids like me.
I've heard other people say it, so
I don't doubt that. That doesn't bother me either. Lee's not the nicest person in the world, and water's wet. What else?
well,
Proceed. Let's all proceed.
I agree. Everybody shouldn't care about everything,
Man, you can't.
but maybe a little empathy for some people.
To people that I have interest in, I have an investment in.
Okay? So, example, you drive past somebody who's homeless.
All right.
Zero empathy, or like, man,
From the start, from just immediate gut reaction,
yeah,
no.
you don't care about them.
Well, what is? Are we saying empathy or care about them? I don't know what
it would be a similar
care
feeling.
about them. Like I'm gonna shed a tear, or I'm gonna go help, or I'm gonna think about it for 4 seconds and keep driving.
Well, I mean, I think everybody just thinks about it for 4 seconds and drive. But like,
Okay, well, I'd
empathetic,
save that
like,
4 seconds.
I drive past a homeless person. I'm like, man,
They
hate
needed
that.
to get a job.
I hate that for them.
Like that homeless guy that sits in front of Hokkaido.
Yeah.
Now he has big earrings in and no shoes. I don't care. I didn't care before I saw the earrings, but I saw them today and it made me mad.
Well,
So
I drive past that guy and go, man, it stinks that whatever's happened in his life to get him to this point. I hate that for him.
So if
Whether
you
it's mental
really
illness
think about
or
it,
whether
though,
it's
if you really think about it, there's zero difference. Because you
what?
think about it for 4 seconds, man, bummer for that guy. All right, I'm off to lunch, and then I'd just say, me.
yeah,
It's the same outcome,
that's true.
so it doesn't really matter.
Matters
Would
to
you
me.
feel better because
Yeah.
you care about that guy 4 seconds longer than I do?
Yeah, for sure.
If
I know
you
I'm
need that,
I know I'm a better person than
if you need that, you can have that,
Okay.
buddy. Yeah, if you need that 4 seconds to feel better,
Okay.
that's good.
Well, speaking of empathy,
Yeah.
Ayo, something
see it?
traumatic happened that changed
Did he
my
blow his
life.
knee out at the end?
Check.
watch his leg.
Oh, it snapped like a stick.
Snapped in two. That boy needs some acetaminophen.
See, That's the same thing I'm talking about.
What?
We're gonna let that big guy get on a trampoline because he wants to get on a trampoline, and now my tax dollars got to pay for his leg to get re-sewn back together.
It ain't your tax dollars. It's his insurance
He
company.
ain't got no insurance.
Wow.
Did you see him?
Yeah, I saw him.
He ain't got no insurance. Who cares? So, like, even if he didn't break his leg, my day's better because that guy touched the top of that wall on the trampoline.
I don't care about that. I just said, speaking of empathy, I've got empathy for this guy's leg.
I don't.
That guy's
I don't.
leg.
But that goes to the same thing like, man, I want to go skydiving. I think you're an idiot.
I'm not a fan of skydiving.
But just like stuff like that,
Yeah.
I could die in a car wreck in 10 minutes. There's so many things that could kill me at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
Just living my life. I want to go like do things that put me in harm's way for fun.
Like so other than skydiving, what are some other examples of like
I don't know. Just that's
like
the
what
go-to
about
example.
okay, what about kayaking? Like whitewater kayaking.
Cabin in the
Is that one that you're like, that's cheating death?
It depends. Are we floating the Little Cahaba up in West Blockton, or
No, we're
are we
probably
doing
like-
some white caps?
White
See,
caps?
I'm not white capping nothing. First off, I don't know how to do that.
Well, yeah,
I'm not a
obviously.
big fan of doing stuff I'm not good at.
Well, obviously, but like to me, doing stuff like that, like I get jumping out of a plane's dumb.
Yeah.
I'll probably end up doing it one day because my wife likes to do it and she's going to bait me into it, or my dad really wants to, like for real
Better
wants
hurry up.
to.
You can do it for $100 in Birmingham.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
Well,
Hey, just give me $50. I'll get you out my
it's
airplane.
$100.
Still.
$100 a person.
I do. At $100, they don't have insurance. There's no way. They have no insurance.
I know
on
a
me.
couple of people that have done it. I think Peyton's brothers have done it, or Peyton
Meg's
did
done
it. I don't.
Meg did it, but my dad really wants to, and so I feel like that would be one of those things that's like, if my dad is that amped up about it, I would probably do it with him.
Yeah.
As like a bonding thing.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
But I have zero desire to do that.
Yeah.
But like, okay, whitewater kayaking. To me, there's like, honestly, there is like a sense of accomplishment at the end of it. Like I conquered that. I'm now a man that I conquered that. Like that goes through. That's like part of the feeling that I have. Is like I accomplished something.
I only have two like active things I really care about doing.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is
Camping.
kill a deer.
Uh-huh.
Like hunt a
Yeah.
deer.
Yeah.
Just like not hit it with a car. I've done that. Or I've been in a car that's got hit by
Yeah.
a deer, I believe. It was some
Just
big animal.
walk up behind it and slit its throat.
Yeah. Now, if you can pull that off, I can't pull that off.
I can't either.
That and skiing, like snow skiing.
Oh, okay. We need to go.
Well, we're working on it.
We are.
My wife is my wife knows I want to try it, and she snowboards.
Yeah.
So
Include us in on that.
Okay.
Just
but that's like that's about it, because I can just ski where I'm supposed to ski.
yeah, you don't have to like go up to.
But like if you like, okay, so what's your level of kayaking? I'm gonna just paddle around a creek, a pond, a lake.
I mean, but here's the thing: I wouldn't just throw you into like
Yeah.
if me and you went whitewater kayaking, it would be the simplest, like easiest, just like carefree.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have some like, whoa, that was fun.
But that's also like I'm a little old to be like blowing a shoulder out.
you know,
I'm just saying. I'm just
yeah.
mean with anything.
I get what you're saying.
Like let's
But
go
you-
play
you
basketball.
work into
if
your
I
level.
blow my ankle out playing basketball, I'm gonna be hurt for the rest of my life.
you work up to a level that is like, I'm not. Joshua Julian is not going like whatever.
White caps,
Well, like what's the like level 4 or level 3 or
diamonds. Are they diamonds?
that?
in
That's
kayaking?
skiing. That's skiing.
I know double black diamond.
Yeah, ain't doing that. I got to the top of a black diamond one time and I said, I'm gonna sit on my butt the whole way down.
No,
I took my snowboard off of my feet and I walked down the
I'm
hill.
just trying to leisurely ski and really
Yeah.
just be around snow. That's all I really
Yeah.
care about.
Well, I do think that you would probably enjoy some of the like mountain biking. That would probably, but
I've done it.
It's all like we're not going.
Yeah.
I'm not going. Like you're not going to look up and be like, "That's a big wave."
Yeah.
You know?
We've been in Oak Mountain biking before.
Okay, yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah, yeah.
I was also younger.
Yeah.
And like the level, like I'd have to do quite a bit to get to where I could do that stuff well and not like get hurt.
Yeah.
I don't have time to get to that level.
That's why, like, I go to Sokol and I'm fine at Sokol. I don't need to go to.
Yeah. I also need a nice
Montana.
or like an actual mountain bike.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing that either. But yeah. I want to go skiing and I want to shoot a deer with a rifle.
Okay. We could probably, me and you could probably make both of those things happen.
I want
by
to go
the
back.
end of the year.
I want to go back squirrel hunting,
Oh, we definitely need to do that.
but actually get one this time.
yeah. Well, it was squirrels are finicky sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something that you'd probably be interested in as well.
Is it food related?
In a way.
All right.
So you know how sometimes on Facebook it's like, this has been fact checked and is found to be false, or, you know, warnings on posts and things like that. But there's one going out right now that are warning against extremists that are too prepared. Well, what I'm reading is it started in these canning groups, these people that do canning, and they're getting
the worst.
Yeah, can you believe those people
Psychopaths.
putting peaches in bottles? Damn it.
Next thing, heads and hands and eyeballs.
Exactly, ruining the world. They're getting these warnings saying you have Facebook friends that are becoming too prepared or becoming extremists.
Who was scared about that?
I don't know.
That's pretty bizarre.
But what I'm telling you is that's worrying me, because if prepping becomes one of those things that social media starts to stand
Attack.
down,
Mhm.
we're going to be in trouble. Like
Yeah.
us, casual preppers. Please go follow us on all the different platforms, because we never
You
know
could be eliminated.
what's going to be eliminated. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Join our mailing list. Make sure you're subscribed on all the podcast platforms. Do you know how sometimes on Facebook
It's interesting.
That's what happens.
They're
They're
stamping
too
down.
prepared.
They're too prepared.
Gosh, I can't wait for a good grid blow up.
A good grid blow up.
Yes.
Can't wait
Yeah.
for just the world to implode.
No, I said the grid, not the world.
If the grid went down, the world would implode.
Well, yeah, for those people.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I'd be fine. And it'd be fine.
It's interesting that they're starting to go after those people, though.
Yeah.
Like that's not a subset.
You want to know what my crazy brain immediately went to? So those guys are like casual preppers.
Yeah,
Is that what they talk about on? Is that like the theme of their thing?
I'm pretty sure
They did that.
they
They made that up to
they-
get people to get their mailing to get on their mailing list.
That was your first.
That was my
reaction?
immediate reaction. Was they made that up to get people to follow them on other places other than social media, because they see that they've got a good social media following, but their mailing list is short and they don't have a lot of subscribers to like their podcast and stuff.
So
that was
wanna
my
amp it up.
immediate. That was my.
It's a possibility.
You need people like that in your life,
Yeah.
to check you on like.
Sure, but also like if it is a real,
Yeah, if it's a real thing, that's not surprising either. The whole,
but it's so all right. These people are crazy, like neo-Nazis for sure. Everybody agrees.
Yeah.
These people are crazy. All right, now since we've kind of snuffed those people out,
people that store freeze dried food are crazy now.
yeah, like we start getting milder and milder
Yeah.
until it's like,
You know why it's easy to do that? Because there's not that many neo-Nazis. And so, like, neo-Nazis are crazy. And everybody's like, yeah, those 15 guys are pretty nuts. And they're like, oh, well, what's our next thing then? Well, we got to come up with something to get fired up about now.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's worrying. It's worrisome.
And you got to think, people that love the government, who are in government, what is their main goal?
To kill everybody.
Well, it's to get more government.
Yeah.
And so that's crazy. They're too prepared.
Too prepared.
I think that's made up. But if it's not, The idea that that some people are too prepared.
Might be too prepared.
Maybe.
The thing is like in a canning group, like that's
Yeah,
like my
that's
mom
old
would be in a
ladies. That's- my grandmother's in a canning group.
Yeah. My mom cans all the time.
Oh,
So I am formally calling out my mother.
yep.
I want
Gigi,
the Biden administration
you better cut it out.
start Kamala, go after Linda Julian. Linda Gorham Julian.
Dang.
Social
That middle
Security
name-
number
yeah,
is-
for real. Her date of birth.
She loves making pickles.
Yep. She goes to that burger joint every Thursday.
She makes salsa, and honestly, I'm tired of it.
yeah.
She's trying to overthrow the government.
Dang.
It makes
One
me
can
sick.
at a time.
One can at a time.
Dude, I'll tell you what. Other than Gourmet, that place in Northport where you can get like y'all, when we had Carolina, I think y'all brought us a big old thing of green beans from Gourmet. It's like a catering restaurant where you can buy like big quantities of food. It's right by Southern Ale House.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Their green beans are the only green beans on the planet that have come close to my grandmother's canned green beans.
Really?
Yes.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
Shout out to our sponsor for this episode,
Gourmet.
Gourmet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, some history.
Ooh.
Would that interest you?
You know what I'm listening to right now in my car on the way here?
The fan.
No, in my car on the way
okay,
here,
yeah.
what I was listening to, The Battle of Little Bighorn.
This is
A
got
6-part breakdown of The Battle of Little Bighorn.
yeah. This is going to be like a minute and a half
All right.
breakdown of
Something
some
history.
interesting.
Here, let me wet my whistle.
Is it wet?
Yep. Okay. It was sink water.
Hey, good morning. Do you ever wonder how we found out the human body contains 70% water? You can thank General Shiro Ishii. In the 1930s and 40s, he found out the human body contained 70% water by weighing prisoners of war before and after placing them in convection ovens. He dehydrated them, effectively making human-sized jerky. Yeah, it's going to be a rough one today. Ishii was in charge of Unit 731, a covert research and development unit of the Imperial Japanese Army that specialized in biological and chemical warfare. A special project codenamed Maruta used human beings for experiments. These Chinese test subjects were common criminals, bandits, anti-Japanese partisans, political prisoners, homeless, and the mentally handicapped. They were arrested by the Japanese police for suspicious activities. Researcher Nakagawa Yanzo watched these experiments and said some of the experiments had nothing to do with advancing the capability of germ warfare or medicine. You see, there's a such thing as professional curiosity. What would happen if we did such and such? What medical purpose was served by performing and studying beheadings? Well, none at all. But that was just playing around. See, professional people like to play too. Both male and female prisoners were deliberately infected with syphilis and gonorrhea to study the effects of untreated venereal diseases, much like the American Tuskegee experiments. After infecting them with diseases, researchers performed invasive surgery without anesthesia to remove organs in order to study the effects of diseases on the human body. Thousands of men, women, children, and infants died because of this. Many prisoners had their limbs amputated in order to study blood loss. Those limbs were then sometimes reattached to the opposite side of the body. Some prisoners had their stomachs surgically removed and esophagus reattached to the intestines. They even removed parts of the brain, lung, and liver just to see what would happen. In Units 731 and 1644, they bred fleas infected with the bubonic plague and used military airplanes to spread them over Chinese provinces. They even infected wells, marshes, and houses with typhoid and paratyphoid germs, as well as infusing them into snacks that were distributed to the locals. Of course, epidemics broke out shortly afterward, and it made many of the researchers happy because they found out that paratyphoid fever was the most effective of the pathogens. They created bombs filled with those fleas, typhoid, dysentery, cholera, and anthrax. They even used Chinese prisoners of war to test the effectiveness of grenades by exposing them to direct bomb blasts. They were strapped unprotected to wooden planks that were staked into the ground at increasing distances. Then they detonated the grenade. It was surgery for most, autopsies for the rest.
So to start,
You talk about how effed up.
I have two things.
Okay.
One, if you're not watching this episode, if I gave you a million guesses, you wouldn't guess what this guy looked like that's talking.
Maybe.
Yeah. Two,
Or maybe that's your own bias. I don't know.
Two, I've done a lot of listening to podcasts and like historians talk about World War II. You know why nobody was that upset except us when we bombed Japan? Because Japan was the worst.
Really?
Yeah.
They were the
You
worst
know why
at
they
that.
were?
Like,
Do you know why they were like real tight with Germany? Because they were doing the same stuff, except you just replace Jews with Chinese people. They did so much bad stuff like that to Chinese people.
the Chinese were.
Not in the 30s and 40s.
That was what they just said Chinese.
Well, what'd you say? What were you going to say about Chinese?
Chinese were doing stuff like that too.
No, that was Japan doing it to Chinese people.
Are you sure?
I promise. The whole thing. That's why that was
Japanese doctor.
Why that was half of World War II was us fighting Japan. Because they were doing so much terrible stuff to Chinese people.
Well, yeah, drop the bomb.
And I mean, we did it to stop the war, but that's why like people around Japan weren't that upset.
Weren't super upset about it.
They were actually pretty happy about it.
Oh, yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll stop
kill a bunch of them.
They'll stop dropping typhoid fleas on us. Yeah.
So, two more.
All right.
One is particularly
there you go.
Interesting. The safest car in the world.
It's a Volvo.
It's the most secure car in the world. Like, it hasn't had a fatality. That specific model.
No fatalities.
Fact check it. Has never had a fatality. Since that new model came out, the XC90 has never had a fatality. It's by 2020.
It's a Volvo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fatality, they're gonna call it a death-proof car. It's the most secure car.
They're going to call it the death-proof car.
I said that before I saw that you said it was a Volvo.
It's a Volvo. The XC90. The newest XC90.
They like still make them out of steel.
And no fatalities.
Yeah.
Out of all the wrecks, zero fatalities.
Volvos have always been that.
Well,
they're tank cars.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want a Volvo, but yeah.
I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you want a Volvo?
Because they're not particularly stylish because they're so safe. when you're the death-proof car, you're not really worried about the frills.
Yeah. So this is the one that we're going to be real amped up about.
So many reasons I can think of off the top of my head.
So this is the thing says, why do Americans use AC so much? And then she is listing reasons why she thinks.
And this is
why Americans are so many reasons I can think of off the top of my head why Americans are addicted to air conditioning.
So many reasons, but the most infuriating one is that our buildings are built wrong. In a great stitch, Desiree Stevens talked about how it was because of white supremacy and colonialism. Indigenous people had air conditioning through streams of water built underneath the ground, or in ways that worked with the natural landscape, such as building in the shade. And there are so many more examples from what we call vernacular architecture. For example, wind catchers from Iran. A famously hot place, these were incredibly effective cooling systems. These traditional Malay houses are designed to be porous that allow for cross-ventilation. Here's another self-ventilating house from southern Turkey. So if the colonizers had not killed everybody and learned how they could naturally cool their buildings, we might not need air conditioning. So when y'all are like, oh, it doesn't matter, the field of architecture is based in white supremacy, it's still like great design. It's bad design because we have to burn oil to not get heat stroke to live in these stupid buildings because you won't respect vernacular architecture.
So, tear New York City down completely.
all of them. Chicago.
Let's build it
Out of
underneath
mud.
the mountain.
Out of mud.
Underneath the mountain, out of mud. so that we don't have to use air conditioner.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
So what they say, Iran and Turkey, those are great places, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's model our
They don't have
life.
AC, but like think about all the things that they do have, like death,
Constant civil war, disease.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah. A stomach bug will kill you.
Yeah, drink some water over there.
No running water.
Yeah.
Yeah. That porous beehive house didn't look like it had a lot of running water either.
Also,
Plumbing and
we're gonna have to kill a lot of people to get to where we can live in houses like that.
Yeah.
Because, okay, those little wind turbine houses, you put one, and then maybe like 5 acres away, you could probably put another one. If you start stacking them like we do, then
you're gonna
no
have
way.
a subdivision of those wind catchers.
They're not
There's
gonna
not
work.
gonna be any wind to
They're
catch.
not gonna work. Yeah. So, I mean, I agree with everything that she said.
Yeah.
Including that.
She didn't seem crazy either.
Oh no, for sure not.
As she's where are you shooting your are you shooting your podcast in one of them turkey beehive houses? No.
Also, so one of her statements was, if the settlers wouldn't have killed so many people, maybe we could learn from them and see the ways that they used the wind and all this. We didn't kill everybody.
Yeah.
And if somebody was like, hey, you don't have to use air conditioner, you could do this. Back when there was no air conditioner, they were probably doing that crap.
Yeah, that's what they had.
They had windows and vents all over the house that you would open up. So that, was it the dog trot houses or what? Essentially, it's a house and there's 2 sides to it, and straight in the middle of it is just like a wind tunnel. And that's what people used to. They built those houses so that you could open up the sides, and then the wind would, as it was coming through the breezeway, would catch in the.
Yeah.
People are dumb.
Well, we're evil.
I ain't done nothing evil today.
Yeah. And if you want a beehive house,
go build one. Go build it out of mud and bricks, and have at it. Yeah.
And
find a contractor.
Come here. Build you a house out of mud
in Alabama,
and the next tornado gets within 20 miles of it and turns it to mud.
Yeah.
And what are you going to plug your phone into a mud wall?
Probably.
Not a lot of electricity coming out of a beehive.
Well, because we can't burn oil.
Yeah, my air conditioner doesn't run on oil.
Well, it probably does at some point. It probably runs off of coal.
My air conditioner?
At the other end.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, that was her point. It's not that you have to throw
What if
oil
my
in
air
your
conditioner is a solar air conditioner? Then am I fine now?
Well, you're still a white supremacist, so.
But
you're still racist.
I might be.
You have an air conditioner.
Yeah. if that's, sign me up.
I saw an interesting article the other day about how we're going to kill the planet if we continue to use air conditioner, and I was like, well, I guess that's it.
Yeah, because I'm not.
At least we can see it coming.
Yeah,
because I'm not Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna just like cut the AC off at my house and open up all the windows when it's 115 degrees in Alabama.
We don't. You know why we don't have a bunch of wood and mud houses anymore?
Well,
it's because we live in the 21st century.
Yeah.
And I don't really care what architecture is based on. Modern architecture is based on white supremacy. How can you be okay with that?
My building didn't fall down, so I'm okay with it, I guess.
And none of those,
but it's not white supremacy. It's not. It's, let's.
Anything that white people do, though, can be said. Also, this is TikTok. That girl, it didn't even have her name, much less what doctorate in cool air science she has.
Cool air science.
Where
can I sign up for
breezy
that degree?
Architecture degree?
I think you just go to Shelton for that.
Maybe.
AC repair.
That's Lawson State.
Yeah. So dumb.
Yeah. If air conditioning makes me racist, when's the next meeting? the clan meeting because
That's a little.
if that's what
that's a little brash there, bud.
If that's where we're at, and it's the line in the sand is air conditioning, sign me up.
So we had somebody send something in this week.
Really?
It was it's not a would you rather, but it's a question. It's an interesting question.
All right.
Okay. So
you did not prep me on this at all.
No, I didn't. But it's like a would you rather. It's a similar concept. We're rolling into would you rathers after this.
I'm ready.
So $10 million in cash right now in your hand, but there's a catch.
Is it taxed?
No.
Okay, good.
A snail is chasing you for the rest of your life, and if it touches you, you die a terrible death. The snail cannot be killed. It knows your location at all times. Its only purpose is to find you. Would you take the money?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you sleep well at night?
Yeah.
Knowing that snail could be in your house?
Yeah. Because I would spend half of that money building a snail-proof room.
So you would
and I just have to get in that room. That's fine. That's not even hard. I understand because, like, oh, you slipped up today and that snail touched you and you're dead.
Yeah.
I get it. Also, touch my skin or, like, touch my boot when I kick it back across the room and I can take a 2-hour nap.
It touches you at all. If it comes in contact with your body, if you kick it, if you touch it, you're dying a horrible death. Like all of a sudden a vat of oil that's been heated
I
up.
wouldn't spend half the money. All I have to do is get a shoebox and put like a couple of books on top of it.
That out of the way. You cannot mess with the snail at all.
Well, that's different.
That's what it's a new one. It's a new thing.
So I just have to keep away from the snail.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be hard. We'd just move. Like every 6 months, I'd just move across the state.
So,
because I can.
I mean, I agree with you that let me, because I think I already know where you're going and I've already done the math.
Average speed of a snail?
A snail in a 24-hour period can move 82 feet.
Oh, yeah.
Going
0.03.
100%.
This is 0.03 miles per hour is what I got.
Going 100% for the whole 24 hours, it can go 82 feet in a day. And the amount of feet that are in a mile is 5,280. So
0.72 miles. What? All right. So a snail goes 0.03 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
So in a day, 24 hours, that snail can move 0.7 miles.
0.07 or points?
Yeah, hold on. 0.03 times 24. It says 0.72.
There's no way. No, because it can't.
Yeah, because that's 7/10 of a mile.
Yeah, it can't go 3/4 of a mile. It's 82 feet is how far it'll go, and there's 5,280 feet in a mile. So that's not even a tenth.
Yeah, it's 0.03. Wait, what did you just say? Why is this calculator not? Because that shouldn't be 0.72.
Either way.
0.07 miles.
Okay. So it's not even a tenth.
Not even a tenth of a mile.
Not even a tenth of a mile.
Which is not even...
in one day.
So it's like...
we'll average up. We'll say...
And say how many feet? How many feet in a day?
Oh, it's 82 feet.
Okay.
So 82 feet.
So it's not 82 feet from this room to the den. Or that's like 82 feet.
So in a year, it can go 29,930 feet.
So that's 4 miles.
4 miles in a year.
Yeah, I'm just going to move.
All right, you don't have to move. I got $10 million. I'll just spend the night in hotels for the rest of my life.
You
and
don't
just
even have to
increasingly getting increasing distances from.
So really, all I've got to do is keep from being immobile for a week. Basically, like if I know the snail's on the stairs, I just have to not sit idly in this room without moving for a week or like a day or 2 days.
Yeah, it could get up here.
Yeah, but I just jump over it and go outside, and I've got another 2 weeks before
Do you think you would constantly be looking?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the snail? Oh, no, that was a rock.
What can I ask if it be like glow in the dark?
Mm.
Dang.
Not glow in the dark.
That's different.
It's not glow in the dark. You have no idea where the snail is at all times. It knows where you are.
Just move overseas and it can't swim.
Yeah, but it could get on a plane. I mean, it could find it. If it knows where you... If we're talking about a
if this
snail...
is a super snail...
If a snail knows where you're at, surely it can function to get onto a plane or a boat or something.
But also how slow it is, the percent chance of it getting on a wheel of a plane...
Oh, I'm talking about getting on the...
Okay.
Through the...
But they keep those doors open for 30 minutes. So it's already got to be at that door.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I'm agreeing with you. I'm taking the money.
I'll take it.
I'll take the money every day of the week.
And if I die, I earn dying.
Oh, yeah.
If that snail touches me, then it was meant to
I
be.
wouldn't be able to sleep very well for like the first month, I don't think. Because I would constantly be
that snail better hope I never see it. Because if I see it, then I'll know exactly where it is for the first time and get as far away from that as humanly possible. Yeah. And I'll just sleep in a bubble. I'll have a bubble. I'll pay for a bubble.
Yeah.
And then then I look and it's crawled up on my bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, snail. That's fine. You're not touching me.
You'd be like Bubble Boy.
Yeah, that's fine. With $10 million, untaxed.
I'd be in the Caribbean somewhere or something.
Yeah.
All the rest of my life.
Yeah, which would be fine.
Yeah.
You ready for some Would You Rather?
We don't have a lot of time.
All right, I got a couple. All right.
Oh, thanks, Tyler, for that.
Yeah.
Tyler Holman.
Oh, thanks, Tyler. What would you do? Did he say what he would do?
Mm-mm. He just sent it to us.
Okay. If I gave you $1 million right now.
Yeah, I'd do it.
But you never make another cent doing anything else. Basically, could you live off of $1 million?
So the math is me or me and my wife.
You're
just me or me and my wife.
You.
Just me. Okay. So $1 million
divided by
50.
Or yeah.
I could live for 20 years at $50,000 a year. It's not that long.
It's not that long.
Talking about $1 million. Just one. What's crazy though is if you had $2 million, you could live for 100 years off of $50,000. Like it doesn't sound like that much of an increase, but like,
or for 20 years on $100,000, because you just double it. You said 20 years. At 50 grand.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd probably do it.
Did we do this one? You have to either always be late or always be unprepared.
I think we did, and it was just like both of. I'm always late already because I have a wife.
Yeah. All right, then we'll blow through it. You have to wear a stranger's underwear every day.
Yeah.
Or use a stranger's toothbrush.
Underwear.
But it's dirty underwear.
Underwear.
Ooh.
I'm gonna put something that's been in somebody else's mouth in my mouth.
You gonna get some VD?
I'm A-okay with whatever possibly. What would you do?
I don't know. Neither.
No, you gotta answer it. Would you rather?
Yeah. What would you rather?
What would you rather?
You didn't ask me.
What would you rather do?
Toothbrush. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Underwear, I guess.
I wouldn't put something that's been in somebody else's mouth in my mouth.
All right. Have eyes with automatic video recording or ears with automatic audio recording?
So it'd be video with no audio.
Oh, I guess. Yeah. No. You just everything you see, it's recorded in your brain, or everything you hear is recorded in your brain.
Video?
I'm taking audio.
So you just don't want to have. So
I don't know how this question works, actually.
Well, you're the one that decides.
Well, yeah. That doesn't make any sense. That was a stupid one. Ooh. Would you rather me hand you $1 million in cash?
I'll take it.
Or you're in perfect health for the rest of your life?
$1 million.
Really?
Yeah, because
see, I'll take perfect health.
I'll take a milli.
Yeah,
because then I can go do stuff with that $1 million. I can.
But we just talked about how it's not that much money. I mean, it is, but it's not like over the long term, or like you're never sick again.
Just yeah, sure. I'll whatever. $1 million isn't that much.
No.
It's not a big deal. $1 million? Oh no, you keep that.
You just
keep it.
You just broke down.
You know what? Keep it, and then don't even give me the health thing. Honestly, just keep the money, keep everything. I'm taking $1 million.
Okay, I'm doing health.
That's fine. If I'm anything like my dad, he's 79 and healthy as an ox.
Okay,
I've got $1 million.
I'm just talking about the day-to-day aches and hurt your back, roll your ankle.
So I can hit my hand with a hammer and be okay.
Yes. If we're gonna get,
I'm invincible.
If we're gonna get magical with it,
let's skydive.
There's not much I'd take over. Like, you'll never get a sinus infection again. It'd be hard to not take that.
They always say your first million's the hardest to make.
Well, yeah, you gave up perfect health for it.
That's fine.
I'll take health.
Milli.
That's fine. And then, yeah.
One more.
Yeah, you can count your money with a headache, so it's not that big. Okay. You get 20 wishes.
Okay.
20.
Mm-hmm.
These are magical wishes.
Yeah.
You die at 40.
What are non-magical wishes?
Well, I just mean,
I can go to the Super Bowl this year. What is make a wish?
20 wishes.
Make a wish. It's only stuff that people can actually do for you.
This is kind of like that, because so you get 20 wishes, but you die at 40.
So it is make a wish.
Yeah, in essence. 20 wishes.
I've got COVID, and I'm gonna die
at 40.
At 40.
Well, that's probably how long it would take to kill you.
Ooh.
That's 9 years left.
Not for me. That's 8.
Ooh, I got 11. Oh, I got 10.
Nah, I'm fine without my wishes.
Yeah.
I don't
what if it's you can live to 60? That's still young.
That's pretty young. That's 30 years.
30. You just double your life again, basically, and you get 20 magical wishes. 20's a bunch. I don't even know if I need 20.
If you pushed it to 80, I would do it.
Well, yeah. You get 5 wishes, but you die at 70.
Is one of my wishes? Can one of my wishes be I don't die at 70?
Nope. It's not like that.
If it was 60, I'm good where I'm at. I don't need wishes.
Dang.
I don't need a wish.
At 60, I know I got 30 years.
That's not a long time.
No, but it'd be a good 30.
And this is word of wisdom.
This Would You Rather was 35. So I bumped it out to 40 to start.
Yeah. No, 35 it ain't even close.
No. I think this account was made for teenagers.
My dad has said we were talking about it one day, and he said that days go by now, or he said years go by like months used to, and months go by like weeks used to.
That's sweet, but that's...
But I mean, think about when you were 15.
He doesn't have 20 wishes though.
When you were 15 and how long it felt like everything took. And maybe it's just impatience at a young age, but he is saying it gets faster. The older you are, the faster time goes.
Sure.
Which,
so one of your wishes is to slow time down.
You can't do that.
Why not?
Well, then I ain't dying at 60. I'm going to tell him one of my wishes is to not die at 60.
No. You still die at 60.
Well, then you can't die at
One
60
of my wishes
if you
was to
slow
go back
time
to
down.
20.
Go back to 20.
Yep. And then
I don't
when
miss
I got
20.
and then when I got 40 again, another one of my wishes would be go back to 20 again.
I don't miss 20.
No, I
the
don't
only
either.
thing I miss about 20 is the way my body felt.
Imagine, I think at 60, I'll take 60.
You'll die at 60?
That's soon.
Can one of your wishes be to give me something?
Yeah, I could give one of my wishes to my friends.
Well, that was a good one.
Episode 78.
78.
A lot to think about.
Yeah, think about it while you're doing.
Thank you for letting us into your hearts and minds, your places of work, and your homes.
And your butts.